A customer towed in her 2015 Accord last week. Temperature gauge buried in the red, steam pouring from under the hood, engine completely seized. The diagnosis: complete engine failure from overheating, total damage. $6,800 for a replacement engine plus labor. The worst part? She had ignored the first warning signs 20 miles back. Your Honda's cooling system is what stands between reliable transportation and catastrophic engine failure. Ignore it, and even Honda's legendary reliability won't save you. But here's the good news. Proper cooling system maintenance is straightforward and inexpensive. Today, I'm showing you exactly how to make your Honda's cooling system last the entire life of the vehicle. No expensive repairs, no roadside breakdowns, no destroyed engines. Just proven maintenance strategies that keep your Civic or CR-V running cool for 300,000 miles and beyond. Keep watching, because these tips will save you thousands in repairs you never want to face. Let's get into it. Why Honda cooling systems need special attention. Before we dive into maintenance, understand what makes Honda cooling systems unique. Honda engines run hotter than most manufacturers by design. They prioritize efficiency and emissions over maximum cooling capacity. This means your cooling system operates closer to its limits than other brands. There's less margin for error. Honda's VTEC engines generate significant heat when the cam profile switches. That sudden increase in valve lift and duration creates more combustion heat. Your cooling system has to handle these rapid temperature spikes. The aluminum block and head construction is lightweight but conducts heat differently than iron. Aluminum expands and contracts more with temperature changes. This puts extra stress on gaskets, seals, and coolant passages. Understanding these challenges helps you appreciate why cooling system maintenance matters so much on Hondas. The critical coolant service interval. Here's where most Honda owners make their biggest mistake: trusting the maintenance minder blindly. Honda recommends coolant service every 10 years or 120,000 miles on newer models. For a cooling system that lasts forever, that's dangerously long. I recommend coolant service every 30,000 miles or 3 years, whichever comes first. Yes, that's 4 times more frequent than Honda recommends. But it's the difference between a cooling system that fails at 120,000 miles and one that goes 300,000 plus. Here's why frequent changes matter on Honda specifically. Honda's blue coolant breaks down faster in high-temperature conditions. VTEC activation, turbochargers, and high-compression engines create extreme heat. Old coolant loses its ability to handle these temperature spikes. Aluminum corrosion happens silently inside the engine. When coolant becomes acidic, it eats away at aluminum from the inside. This creates passages for coolant to leak into oil or combustion chambers. The water pump impeller can corrode. Honda water pumps have plastic or aluminum impellers. Degraded coolant corrodes these faster than steel impellers. The 30,000-mile interval keeps coolant chemistry perfect. It's cheap insurance against $4,000 to $7,000 engine failures. The complete Honda coolant service. Here's exactly what a proper Honda coolant service includes. Complete system drain and flush, not just drain and refill. Don't leave 40% old coolant behind. Remove the radiator drain plug and lower radiator hose. Drain completely, then fill with distilled water. Run the engine to operating temperature with heater on full. Drain again and repeat until water runs clear. This removes all old coolant and accumulated deposits. Inspect and clean the radiator. Check for bent fins, debris, or road salt buildup. Use a soft brush to clean between fins gently. Bent fins don't cool effectively, reducing system capacity. Check all hoses and connections. Squeeze each hose to check for softness or cracks. Upper and lower radiator hoses, heater hoses, and bypass hoses all need inspection. Replace any questionable hoses. They're cheap compared to breakdown costs. Inspect hose clamps for rust or looseness. Replace spring clamps with proper worm drive clamps for better security. Verify radiator cap condition. Honda radiator caps maintain 1.1 bar, 16 psi pressure. This raises coolant boiling point to about 265 degrees Fahrenheit. Replace the cap every 60,000 miles, or if the seal shows any wear. A $18 cap prevents overheating and pressure loss. Refill with genuine Honda coolant only. Use Honda Type 2 coolant, blue, for 2013 plus models. Older models use Honda Type 1 coolant, green. Never mix coolant types or use universal coolants. Mix 50-50 with distilled water, never tap water. Minerals in tap water cause deposits and cooling passages. Bleed the system completely. Honda cooling systems are prone to air pockets. Loosen the bleed bolt on the thermostat housing. Fill the radiator until coolant flows from the bleed bolt without bubbles. Tighten the bleed bolt and top off the radiator. Run the engine to operating temperature with the radiator cap off. Squeeze the upper radiator hose to burp trapped air. Top off as the level drops and replace the cap only when no bubbles appear. This complete service takes 2 to 3 hours and costs $80 to $120 in materials. Do it yourself and save $200 to $300 compared to dealer rates. Monthly coolant system inspection. Between services, monthly inspections catch problems before they become emergencies. This 10-minute check prevents catastrophic failures. Here's your monthly inspection checklist. Check coolant level in the reservoir. Always check when the engine is completely cold. Level should be between MIN and max marks. If it's consistently dropping, you have a leak somewhere. Losing more than a cup every 3,000 miles indicates a problem. Inspect coolant color and condition. Fresh Honda. Type 2 coolant is bright blue. Type 1 is green. If it's brown, rusty, or murky, it's contaminated and needs replacement. Oil-contaminated coolant looks milky, indicating head gasket or oil cooler problems. Look for visible leaks under the vehicle. Check your parking spot for puddles or drips. Green or blue stains indicate coolant leaks. Sweet smell is a telltale sign of coolant. Common leak points on Hondas: water pump, thermostat housing, radiator, heater core. Check hose condition visually. Look for bulges, cracks, or soft spots. Pay special attention to where hoses connect to the engine and radiator. Examine the radiator for damage. Look for bent fins or debris blocking airflow. Check for green or blue staining indicating leaks. Monitor temperature gauge behavior. Normal operating temperature should be consistent. If it fluctuates or runs hotter than usual, investigate immediately. This 10-minute monthly check prevents $1,000 surprises. The thermostat. Replace proactively. Honda thermostats are often overlooked until they cause major problems, but proactive replacement prevents overheating and engine damage. I recommend replacing the thermostat every 100,000 miles or 10 years, or immediately if you notice these symptoms. Engine takes forever to warm up. If your temp gauge barely moves after 15 minutes, the thermostat is stuck open. This causes poor fuel economy and excessive emissions. Engine runs hotter than normal. If the gauge climbs higher than usual, the thermostat may be stuck partially closed. This can lead to overheating and engine damage. Erratic temperature readings. If the gauge fluctuates between normal and hot, the thermostat is sticking. This indicates imminent failure. When replacing a Honda thermostat, use only OEM Honda thermostats. Aftermarket thermostats often have incorrect opening temperatures. Wrong temps affect engine management, fuel economy, and emissions. Replace the thermostat gasket or O-ring. Reusing old gaskets leads to leaks 90% of the time. New gaskets cost $8 to $12. Clean the mating surfaces thoroughly. Remove all old gasket material with a plastic scraper. Any debris causes leaks. Refill and bleed the system completely. Air pockets around the thermostat cause immediate overheating. A Honda thermostat costs $35 to $65, depending on model. Labor is 1 to 2 hours. Compare that to $5,000 for a warped head from overheating. If you made it this far, then consider liking this video, giving it a thumbs up, and subscribing to my channel. This helps me bring you more honest car advice. Water pump, the heart of your cooling system. The water pump circulates coolant through your entire cooling system. When it fails, overheating happens within minutes. Most Honda water pumps last 80,000 to 120,000 miles, but you can extend this dramatically with proper maintenance warning signs of water pump failure, coolant leaking from the weep hole. The water pump has a small drain hole that leaks when the seal fails. Any dripping from this hole means immediate replacement. Whining or grinding noise from the front of the engine. Failed bearings make noise that increases with RPM. Don't ignore this. The pump can seize and destroy the timing belt. Play in the water pump pulley. Grab the pulley and try to wiggle it. Any movement indicates worn bearings that will fail soon. Honda water pump service strategy. Replace the water pump during timing belt service. On engines with timing belts, the pump is driven by the belt. Since you're already removing the belt, pump replacement adds minimal cost. This prevents paying for the job twice when the pump fails 15,000 miles later. Inspect the pump at every coolant service. Check for leaks, bearing noise, and pulley play. Early detection prevents roadside breakdowns. Use OEM Honda or Aisin water pumps. Only cheap pumps fail quickly, often within 30,000 miles. Honda water pumps cost $80 to $160. Aisin, OEM supplier, costs $70 to $140. Cheap pumps cost $35 to $50 but fail fast. Pay for quality once instead of replacing cheap parts repeatedly. Radiator maintenance and care. Your Honda's radiator is the heat exchanger that actually cools the coolant. Proper radiator maintenance extends its life indefinitely. External radiator care. Clean debris monthly. Bugs, leaves, and road debris block airflow between fins. Use compressed air or a soft brush to clean gently. Never use a pressure washer directly on fins, it bends them. Straighten bent fins with a fin comb. This $12 tool restores airflow through damaged sections. Even slightly bent fins reduce cooling efficiency by 20 to 30%. Internal radiator maintenance. Regular coolant flushes prevent scale buildup. The 30,000-mile interval keeps passages clean. Mineral deposits restrict flow and dramatically reduce cooling. Never mix coolant types. Different formulations can gel and clog small passages. Honda Type 1 and Type 2 coolants are not compatible. Address small leaks immediately. Radiator leaks start small and get worse fast. Properly maintained radiators last 15 to 20 years. Neglected radiators fail in 8 to 10 years. 8. Emergency overheating procedures. Even with perfect maintenance, overheating can happen. Knowing how to respond prevents permanent engine damage. If your temperature gauge starts climbing into the red, turn off the AC immediately. Air conditioning adds significant heat load. Turning it off gives the cooling system more capacity. Turn the heater to maximum heat, full fan. This pulls heat from the engine into the cabin. It's uncomfortable but effective. Can drop engine temp by 20 to 30 degrees Fahrenheit in minutes. Pull over safely as soon as possible. Don't try to make it home or to the next exit. Every minute of overheating causes exponential damage. Honda aluminum heads warp quickly from excessive heat. Never remove the radiator cap when hot. Pressurized coolant can explode out, causing severe burns. Wait at least 45 minutes for the system to cool completely. When cool, check the coolant level. Low coolant is the most common cause of overheating. Add coolant if low, using the correct Honda type if possible. In emergencies, plain water is better than driving with low coolant. Look for obvious problems: burst hoses, damaged radiator, or visible leaks. Check if the cooling fans are running when the engine is hot. If you can identify a simple fix like a loose hose, repair it. Otherwise, call for a tow. Continuing to drive risks permanent $5,000 plus engine damage. Long-term cooling system protection. Beyond regular maintenance, these practices maximize cooling system life. Use distilled water only. Never tap water. Tap water minerals deposit throughout the system. These deposits reduce heat transfer and can cause hot spots. Distilled water costs $1 per gallon, worth it for protection. Avoid constant short trips when possible. The cooling system needs to reach operating temperature. Cold starts without full warm-up. Prevent proper temperature cycling. Fix small leaks the moment you notice them. Ignoring minor seepage leads to major failures. A $40 hose replacement prevents a $4,000 overheating repair. Don't ignore warning lights or temperature gauge. These are your early warning system. Modern Hondas hide cooling problems until they're severe. Keep detailed maintenance records. Know exactly when every service was performed. This helps identify patterns and stay ahead of problems. Your Honda's cooling system is sophisticated but not difficult to maintain. Follow these procedures and your engine will stay cool for hundreds of thousands of miles. The key is consistency, proactive maintenance, and addressing issues immediately. Don't wait for the temperature gauge to spike. Service the system regularly, inspect it monthly, and replace wear items before they fail. Do this, and you'll never experience catastrophic cooling system failure. Your Honda will reward you with the legendary reliability the brand is known for. If you found these tips helpful, be sure to watch this next video as we're sharing insider tips to help you cut repair costs and keep your car running like new.